Hi everyone and welcome to What's Brewing. I'm Mark. In today's episode, we're sitting down with Marie Ducote-Comeaux, owner and operator of Cajun Food Tours out of Lafayette, Louisiana, for part 2 of her interview. But before we get into it, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. Marie, thank you so much for joining us again. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being back.
So just in case anybody didn't see the first video, tell them who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name's Marie Ducote-Comeaux and I have Cajun Food Tours, a local tourism company where I drive people around on this fun little party bus and show them some of my favorite things in Acadiana, including the fabulous food, of course.
Awesome. So from our last interview, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and click the link right here. You were kind of discussing how through doing this food tour you found your passion for the area. Could you go ahead and just elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah, like I said last time, if I thought I was passionate about our culture 1,500 tours ago, I am tenfold more passionate about it now. Because there's nothing like seeing our home through the eyes of people from literally all over the world. And what I mean by that is watching people eat boudin for the first time, teaching people how to peel crawfish, being able to experience the things that we take for granted, and experiencing them through the eyes of someone seeing it for the first time. And I get to be a catalyst for that. I feel like I'm an ambassador for Acadiana. I hope I'm an ambassador for Acadiana and for all the things that I'm passionate about. And that's just been such a joy for me to be able to share my passion with people like that.
So that's amazing. And I know I'm from here, but I went to college out of state. And I would bring friends that I went to college with to Louisiana, and always my first stop was boudin. Because, you know, that's when you live in a different state, it's one of the first things you miss.
Absolutely.
But I never told them how to pronounce it. I just walk in, they ask, what is boudin?
Right,
boudin. Right. Boudin?
Right,
you have to say it's boudin. It's like, but there's an N at the end.
I always teach it this way. Say boo, like, you know, like you're getting, like you're scaring somebody, and Dan, like the name Dan, but drop the N off the end, you know, boudin. Yeah, so it's a requisite for people who take my tour to learn how to say that and to learn how to say allons manger, because that's my little go-to catchphrase. Allons manger. You know, when it's time for us to move on and off the bus, I'm always like allons manger une autre fois. That's another time. That's how we say that over here. You know?
For the Cajun French people not at home, can you let them know what that means?
Let's go eat it another time. Let's go eat again. Let's go eat it.
Let's go eat manger. I know manger is like
allons manger, and notre fois is another time.
For us, those were things that were staples in our home growing up. You know, and I love that you bring that into your tours. What are some other little little Cajun things that you just add a little more of a twist into to really get the experience?
You know, that again is one of the things that opened my eyes once I started doing the tours. These things that we say and do that we just think are normal, you know, they are normal to us, and that other people are like, you know, that are different and new to other people. I'll never forget, before I started learning French, which, by the way, I started learning French because I became so much more passionate about our culture. But before I started learning French, I was just doing my tour as normal, saying, you know, the things we say normal, not trying to act or put on anything. And this lady says, so Marie, you've been speaking French your whole life? And I said, no. And then I go into the explanation of, you know, being the generation that was raised without French and all that. And I said, so therefore, I don't speak any French. She looked at me like I had 3 heads, and she said, well, you know, the way you've been talking. So like, what was I saying, you know? And I think we use French words as part of our English language here. And having started to learn French, learning French has opened this whole world to me of why we say the things we say and why we say them the way we say them. It's because they're like direct translations from the right way to say it in French. And we now say that in English, you know, like save the dishes and get down out of the car and things like that other people don't say. It's because it's direct translation of the way you would say it in French.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Amazing.
That. But like for me, I just remember in college, I was like, oh no, like everybody was like, you don't have an accent or anything like that. And I was like, man, bro, I don't have an accent. I know that.
Right.
No, but yeah, people pretty much would say like, I'd say maybe, and they'd be like, what is that?
Right.
Like,
or just meh, or sha, or whatever. You know, the first time you say sha to a baby in another state, and they're like, "What'd you call my kid?" You know.
Well, it's like, and then you show somebody the spelling of sha.
Oh yeah.
And they're like share. I'm like, no, that's no, it's sha. So what about the R? It's like it's silent. It's French.
All those ending letters don't count.
Ending letters, we don't need those. There's a go if there's an X. Yes. Right. Well, Marie, it's been great getting to sit here and talk to you about Cajun Food Tours. Also, it's been great talking a little bit about Cajun culture with you, because it's nice to kind of sit down and talk about those things, definitely being from this area. So if people want to sign up for a Cajun Food Tour or anything like that, what's the best way that they can get that?
That'd be so great. We have a website, of course, CajunFoodTours.com, and we're on social media. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram, and but you can book a tour. We run regularly scheduled tours throughout the week, year round, and you can book a tour online, or you can call with the phone numbers there online. CajunFoodTours.com.
Marie, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And I cannot wait to do my first Cajun Food Tour, which I plan on doing very soon.
Yeah, I hope that is going to be soon. Thank you so much. Thank you again so much for coming. I appreciate it.
No problem. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us here over at What's Brewing. If you like what you see here, don't forget to hit that like button, crush that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell to get notified when videos like this one go up. But until the next one, have a good one.